Hi, everybody. We're going to be having another local show with Luke Krutzke and the High Tides, and they should be joining any second now. We're just waiting on them to request to join, and then we will get the interview started. So, you guys shall hang out with me until then. uh, hmm. We're waiting. This is always the most awkward part where I just sit here and talk to myself, basically. We'll see if they request to join here sometime soon. I see they've joined the live, so we'll see if they can. Here we go.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good. How are you doing? Sorry it took me
I'm
a minute
good.
to get on here.
Yeah, that's okay. It takes some practice. At first, I didn't know how to do it either, and then I was like, oh, okay, I guess this is how you do it.
We're here now and
Yeah.
we're killing it.
How are
Everything's
you?
good. I'm good. Just hanging out at home. Not really doing much because of everything going on, but it's just been cool.
Yeah.
Just playing music and stuff. Trying to stay busy.
For sure, for sure. I'm just gonna remind everyone that at the end of this there will be a giveaway of one of your guys' t-shirts and your pins, so you
Yeah.
better stay tuned to see if you've won because that's gonna be super important at the end.
Yeah. Do you want me to show those at any point too, or something?
Sure, if you want
No,
to show, you can.
yeah, they're right here, I guess. But we got, I don't know which sizes of which, so it depends what size whoever person wins. We got this bad boy here.
Ooh, cool.
We
Like
got
it.
this bad boy here.
Like it.
And
Nice.
then we got some little pins and stuff. But yeah.
Cute, cute, cute. Ooh, I like pins. I like to put little pins on my backpack. I think that's
Well, someone will be getting a pin, I guess.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Do you want to go into how your your band met and how you got started with music personally?
Totally. So, I guess my mom's side of the family's pretty musical. They just are, we're always playing guitar and singing songs together. Big old, 11 kid Italian family. So just kind of grew up around my aunt singing and my mom singing, and she taught me guitar, and that's kind of where it started. But then when I moved to town, to Nashville, I wanted to start a band, and I had left my high school band in Denver, which sucked because that was my everything at that point. Came out here and just kind of took some time to kind of meet people and do whatever, and eventually I'd found my drummer through a friend of ours was having a birthday for Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys.
Nice.
And I just met him there, and he was the best, and then he kind of slowly introduced me to the rest of his friends who ended up being the band that exists right now. So pretty sweet thing there. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, that's great. So you're originally from Denver, Colorado?
Yeah.
What was it like growing up there versus Nashville?
Honestly, it was pretty awesome. I love it out there so much. It's definitely just a different place, but it was nice. Just there wasn't it's not nearly as concentrated with music. I feel like everyone in Nashville knows everyone or has been around music forever, and so I almost am grateful that I kind of got to grow up and just have music be my thing and be like, oh, well, not everyone is doing it. And I kind of could feel, I don't know, I feel like that kind of helped me grow into being able to move out here. And
Yeah, for sure. And
it would have been different growing up here, yeah.
Yeah, what made you choose Nashville over other cities like Los Angeles or, California, going out there?
So actually, it was my buddy Boston who was in my high school band. He was like, let's go to Nashville and keep playing music. And so I was like, hell yeah, let's do it. and we had toured the summer of graduating high school, and then him and I wanted to keep doing music, and the other guys were going to school in Denver. So I was like, all right, let's just do it. I just kind of went off on a whim, and then we played music together for a little while out here, and then he went to Lipscomb then, and he's killing it now. He's got an awesome job, but so we kind of stopped playing music together after, kind of slowly, but he's still like a brother to me. So.
Well, that's awesome that you guys just were like, yeah, let's do it. Sometimes it can be harder than you imagine to just, move and uproot your life, but you guys
Totally.
you were like, all right, I'm in.
Yeah, I guess it was just like, I think we had never really toured or anything like that either. So coming off of that, it was just kind of like riding the high still. I think we're like, let's just do anything right now while we can.
Yeah, I was actually looking at your guys' YouTube, and I came across an old YouTube called Luke the Guitar Guy, which I think
Oh my God.
your
Yeah.
YouTube. And I was like, I found a lot of covers and a lot of things like that. So if you want to, give some insight to that, that would be great.
So yeah, that was when I was younger, I guess, and I just would play like coffee shops and stuff in Denver, and my mom would video them all, and I'd go home and post them on YouTube, and
Yeah,
yeah.
they were super cute. I was watching them and I was like, oh my gosh. I couldn't imagine being like I don't know, you looked like about 12 or 13 and about being that age and just like playing in front of everybody. Like,
Yeah, my guitar teacher he would play the coffee shops like every first Monday or something at this cool little like ice cream coffee place in Denver, and he would have me do it with him, and it was super sweet, and it kind of got my toes wet a little bit into playing, and yeah.
yeah, that's so nice. That's so nice of him just to offer that.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
So how did you come up with the name? I mean, obviously it has your name in it, but the other part to the band.
So I never really wanted my name to be the band ever, but not really knowing people moving to town, I kind of realized pretty soon I was gonna have to be going. I was gonna be changing through people, and I didn't want to have to start from scratch each time. And so I was like, I guess I'll just do it. But I wanted it to be a band name, and at the time, I'd kind of been writing a lot. It might sound silly, but I would just write a lot and use kind of the ocean as a metaphor for a lot of things, and it just felt kind of like in that time I was like, well, it makes sense. It kind of goes with the songs I've been writing, so it just the high tides just kind of stuck.
Yeah, I like it. I was
Yeah,
curious about that, so yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's very interesting. I like it.
yeah,
Are you gonna be able to perform with us today? Do you have things ready and all
yeah.
that
I
kind
sing some songs for sure.
of? Okay, then
I'm
why don't
ready for that
we start
whenever.
with your first song?
All right, I guess I'll start by playing this song called OGFB, and it was one of the first songs we really started playing as a band ever. And it is a little bit of an older song for me, but we're about to put it out as like a new release, and I'm really excited about it. And that comes out in like on Friday, or
Hi.
I don't even know what today is. I'm completely turned around, but
Is
yeah,
Wednesday.
it comes out either in a little over a week or a little less than a week, but I'm not really sure. That's how much I'm in the loop on things, but I'll play it. Come this day, not for long. You want to travel, you say. You're doing great, you're doing fine. Just don't think about the love you find somewhere down the line. You tell me to call me your daddy, and give me a kiss. Don't hold on too tightly, 'cause I'm fond to be missed. So grab your cigarettes and count your change. Talk far too ambiguous. The mask is far too strange. Keep running now, you're getting close. You're getting close. But don't forget, you're not just playing for yourself anymore. I know you'll never have a love like this. I know you'll never have a love like this. I know you'll never have a love like this. I know you'll never have a love. I know you never felt a love like this. I know you never felt a love like this. I know you never felt a love. But yeah, that's that one pretty much.
Yay! Very good. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Thank you. So
You're
that
welcome.
comes out the 22nd, I think, Friday. I see my
Friday
mom
is
is right there. She
14th.
might correct me. What's that?
Friday is the 14th.
So next Friday.
So next Friday.
Next Friday it comes out, not this Friday. I was like,
Okay.
that does seem soon.
I was like, are you sure?
Yeah, I messed that up, but
That's okay. That's all good. I like that song. Do you know what you really based that song off of? Like, what was your inspiration behind it?
yeah, there's this guy that I worked with for a minute, and he was the worst ever. He was just the worst guy in the whole world, and he was just such a douchebag. And so I don't know. I was just kind of writing about this guy at the time because we were working together, and it was just the two of us every day, all the time. So I felt like for a while, and moving to Nashville before I really knew anyone, this guy was pretty much the closest person I had, and I hated him so much. But so the song was just kind of about that, but it was originally, it's kind of silly, but the OGFB stands for like OG fuckboy. Because
That's fun. Love it. That's
yeah,
great.
but that's kind of where that song came from.
Yeah. I mean, what? So you were working with him musically?
No, I was just working with him at a job,
Oh,
making
okay.
sandwiches and stuff.
Okay. Yeah. That sucks. I've definitely had some coworkers. I mean, not in the radio station, but previous jobs.
Totally.
Where I've been like, I'm working with you today.
Yeah,
With you.
I definitely same dude.
Yeah. Yeah, and but it is like a job. You have to do what you have to do. So,
Yeah, so but I think the dude's in jail or something now. So
Oh, so he
yeah.
was not a good dude.
No, not at all. Totally not a good dude. But I'm not even worried about it.
Yeah, no, you're done. You're done with that. You're moved on.
Yeah.
Yeah. With your band, what would you guys like describe your sound as? Because with me, I think it's like how I would describe it is like indie rock, but like it's almost got this like electronicness to it, but it's not like super electronic. Does that make sense?
Yeah, a lot of that comes from my band too. They're all like wizards, and our producer on the last EP was just awesome too. And they're all totally like synth heads and stuff. And
Yeah.
so I feel like I kind of write more on the between kind of rock and songwriter side, and then kind of as it gets molded through us as a unit, it kind of ends up having that indie rock with like definitely some electronic like synthy aspects to
Yeah.
it. And,
Yeah, because
yeah,
I was gonna say like I didn't want to say 21 Pilots because it's not exactly like the same thing, but it's got like it's like a little bit below like as in like it's not as extreme.
yeah. I think it's like I always grew up. I loved listening to like ELO all the time, and I always was like I love like the whole like rock mixed with like whatever like cool high tech synth sounds of the
Hmm.
time and with like strings and horns and stuff. I always for some reason thought that was like the cool
Yeah,
fusion
almost
of
like
a
Tame
band.
Impala, but not as like chill, I guess. Like not it's more rocky.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
But yeah, totally.
yeah. That was me trying to take my thoughts on it. So
No, yeah, I think that was pretty good. I never really know what to say either. I'm just like indie rock, I guess. But so yeah,
yeah, it's hard because you don't want to, it's yeah, it's I've like putting yourself in a box is like, oh, like yeah, I guess this, but it's like, but it could be this.
yeah,
Like I guess that's
absolutely.
just
I know what you mean.
what music is in general. Like there's so many different varieties. If it's not like something that's super like top 100 hits, it's kind of hard to define.
Yeah, it all kind
Yeah.
of bleeds in different ways with each other.
Mhm. Um so with like your songwriting in general, do you find inspiration just like from the things outside of you, like your external world, or is it kind of like more internal? Do you really know?
I think I usually end up writing about something externally that for some reason just kind of hits me a little weird, and then I'm most of the time it ends up kind of reflecting something internally. It's almost, but it just kind of depends. I don't know. I'll go through phases of writing a lot and then not writing at all and stuff.
Yeah.
But
And I think it's just like totally dependent on, like what's happening in your life, I guess. Like with anything. Like
yeah,
with any
totally.
job, you're gonna have like outside things that affect your your career and other things, and so it's kind of hard to just be like, oh, like this is always my inspiration or this is always this, whereas it's like, no, like sometimes this is this and sometimes this is that, but
Yeah,
yeah.
totally.
um so do you have like any big influences with your band who you kind of like look up to, I guess, with your
I
music?
I have to say the biggest one would have to be Radiohead. Tom
Yeah.
York's my biggest songwriter, like inspiration. I think they're such a cool band. I feel like they're all old men now and they're still making cool music. And I'm like, what? I feel like as a band gets older, eventually people kind of
Yeah.
start making this good music. And I'm like, Radiohead is just always killing it. And even if it's like something super crazy or weird, I feel inspired by music like that that makes me have to like think about it. I'm like, what's
Yeah.
going on in this guy's head? I don't know. I,
Yeah.
I
No,
think
I
he's
feel the same way.
amazing.
I feel the same way. It's kind of like that with anything. Like with movies, I'm always kind of like trying to find the super like thriller, suspenseful. I'm like at the end of the movie, I want to be like, what just happened?
Totally.
Yeah. Um, so do you have another song you would like to perform for us today?
Yeah, I'll play. Yeah, I can play any songs. Um, just because you guys have been playing "Oh Dear," one of our older songs, I thought I'd just play that one.
Okay.
But yeah. Oh dear, please don't forget about me when 1,184 miles is nothing. My mind was going down, 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 feeling so low. But I'm so glad you got peace. Why did I go? Oh, oh, oh. Oh dear moonbeam, I'm on fire with you. I just can't believe those things you do. And yet always out of touch. But I miss you so much. See the ocean blue. See the ocean. See the ocean blue. We see the ocean blue. We see the ocean blue. We see the ocean. We see the ocean blue. We see the ocean. Oh,
Yay, that was great. I loved it. Oh, it
thank
was
you.
so good.
Thanks.
I feel like my soul has just been like, it's like, I have no words. Basically, is what I'm trying.
Oh, I'm really glad. I'm glad you like it.
Yeah.
That
I
makes
love
me
that.
happy.
I remember like hearing your guys' songs, and I was like, this is like literally like all I listened to. Like I was like, this is it.
Oh, that makes me so happy. Honestly, dang.
Yeah. I've literally added like so many to my playlist. I've been like, oh yeah, that one goes there, and that one goes there, and
That makes me. Thank you.
you're very welcome. With that song, what did you find inspiration from? Because it sounds kind of like, I don't know. It sounds like you're like hopeful for something that's not quite there yet, but I don't. That's just what I got. But
That's pretty much. That's pretty good. It was when I first moved. I had broken up with my high school girlfriend, and there was like a bit of time where that was still weird, and it was essentially about that. And
yeah, yeah,
well, yeah, pretty much.
I could sense that it could be something about a relationship, like
Yeah.
through the words and everything. So, but I enjoyed it. Kind of just like reminds me of other things that's happened in my life, like with past relationships and other stuff like that. So I'm like, yeah, I understand this. I feel that.
Man, yeah, I'm glad you can connect with it. That makes me so stoked.
Yeah, that's like the best thing about music, honestly, is being able to connect to it and being like, oh, wow, other people experience this too. Like, it's not just me. Like, I'm not crazy. Like,
And that's like, as a musician, that's like the dream, is just having like someone else connect with your song. It's like, oh, what? That's what it's about.
yeah, for sure. So, especially like with what's going on like in the music industry right now, has there been any like major challenging things you've had to like deal with? Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's all just been kind of weird. It's all kind of been, I feel like everything's just on pause, which is just like weird, especially for someone like I find like a lot of comfort and joy performing and being around people and even just being social. So it's been weird to kind of just hunker down and not be playing shows or anything. And we were going to be putting out our whole EP a while ago, kind of right when everything was happening. And then a bunch of craziness happened, and we ended up just having to push everything off for a little bit. And so that's kind of been weird. But now we're putting out the song, and I'm super excited about it, and everything's good. And just kind of trying to get the wheels rolling again after kind of being stopped for so long. I'm like, all right, we're just going to start putting songs out again and keep
Hmm.
rolling. But it's definitely been weird just to be kind of on pause, it feels like.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people feel that way, whether it's they're involved with like music or not. Like everything's just kind of been like in this weird state of like,
Yeah,
okay, what's coming next? Like, and like I've never like, like I've never gone through this. The last time we had this was like the Spanish flu, so it's been a while. No one really knows
totally.
what what to do, so we're just kind of waiting and seeing what will happen. So it is a very odd time for people. But luckily, we do have music that we can listen to and connect to. And I think even though that like concerts and stuff like that has made it not so accessible anymore with like the pandemic, that means that musicians are going to be able to write more music and we do more stuff like this, like online, and
Totally.
so I mean, there are cons and pros to this situation.
Yeah, and like who knows, maybe after all this passes, like what will just be permanently different, and including like in the music industry too. Everything's so we're having to adapt and change so much just as people, everyone right now. So who
Yeah.
knows what's not going to go back to normal ever because things will be different. I don't know. It's crazy to think about.
Hmm. Are there any things that like in a normal situation is kind of like I hate this part of the music industry, or like this part really bugs me?
Um, I just pretty much am so bad at anything on any sort of business side. I have the hardest time juggling
Mm.
being creative and being like, I might have cut out there.
Oh,
Oh,
it's okay. What were you saying?
um, and yeah, I just am not good at the business side of things, and I just kind of, I don't know. I hate that part,
Hmm.
but it's also pretty fun too. I don't know. I'm just rambling essentially, but it can be a lot of fun to like crack down and try to get a bunch of stuff done that I don't really know how to do, but figuring it out. But it's stressful because there's always that part of your brain that's like, someone else can do this part better than you. And
Oh yeah.
just about finding those people, I guess. But that's something that's been, it's just having to hold myself accountable for because it's hard for me personally to kind of always remember to be on my game and doing stuff and doing the managing side of the band because I kind of want to just recluse away into the creative side, and it's just a balance, I guess.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of artists probably feel the same way you do. Because a lot of people argue whether it's like you can use your left and your right side of the brain at the same time, and it's like I don't think a lot of people really think about the fact that there's a lot more than just playing on the stage and
Yeah,
making people happy with music. It's like, booking tours and getting merch out and having social media to connect.
totally.
There's a lot of different things you have to do now. So
I think
it's
you answered my question too. Social media is what I am the worst at. I wish I didn't have to do it. I wish I could just not ever do it because I suck at it, but I'm trying to get better.
it just takes practice, honestly, like with anything. Like with me, like I have a hard time like being like, oh, I'm gonna do this, this, and this today, but then I'm like,
Yeah,
maybe I do that another day. And I'm just a procrastinator, so and I'm trying to work on it, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel you. I think it would be a miracle if I didn't procrastinate one thing.
Yeah, but everyone does, so it's like what can you do, you know? Um, would you like to perform another song?
Sure.
Oh,
I'll play one that isn't out, and I don't really know when will be. It's not on our EP, but it'll probably be on maybe the next one or something. It's a little softer, but kiss me once and say you'll never leave me. I've been so lighting another cigarette and I'll call you on the phone. Say your boyfriend never needs to know, but I don't think you need him anyhow. And you can stay with me somehow. We'll set this on fire. Set this on fire. Set this on fire tonight. Set this on fire. Set this on fire. Set this on fire tonight. Hold my hands and stay until the morning. I can tell you things, everything that I wish I could say. Don't know how. Tell you how I haven't felt this way in a long, long time. And if you want me to go, tell me, baby, I'll go. Set this on fire. Set this on fire. Set this on fire tonight. Set this on fire. Set this on fire. Set this on fire tonight. That's pretty much it.
yay! That was great. Definitely very, very sultry and kind of like eerie, but almost like in a good way. um, that's what I got from that song.
Yeah, I wrote it when I was just totally falling in love with my girlfriend, which was a weird time, but a great time. You know, that's
Yeah.
so. It's kind of just like, yeah. I think you hit the nail on the head again.
I
I should just pay you to describe the songs for me because
I'll
I
be
never did.
I'll be like, okay, everybody, this is what the song is about. It's like I'm just, I'm reading your mind. Yeah, that was great. Did you have a hard time writing that song, or was it kind of an easy way to just let go
That
of
was.
what you're feeling?
I think that was a pretty easy song to write. Um, yeah, that was one of the easier ones, but they're not always at all like that.
Yeah, I'm sure you have experiences where you have to like take a break and then come back to songs, and because like I could just imagine getting frustrated and being like, this doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I feel like I just have been writing a song. Couldn't write a song at the whole beginning of all the quarantine, just dying to. And then just now I'm like, I've been working on a song that's essentially rewriting one that I had all the music and stuff come up for like a year ago, and it's always just like coming back and trying again on certain things. And
Yeah.
but yeah,
So with your new EP, when does that come out? Do you have a date yet?
I don't have an exact date. It'll be September, late September, and it's called Tony Tony, and it's 5 songs.
Nice,
And
nice.
I like the way you call me, and OGFB will be on it. So, yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, I really liked the song. I like the way you call me. I just like I listened to it like 3 times in a row the other day. I was like, ah. Yeah, I don't know. It was just good. Like that's all I have.
Uh, Thank you. That was like that song was definitely a big milestone for us as a band too, and recording that, and that's kind of what pushed us into a new sound a little bit more too, and it's definitely a special song for me as well. So I'm glad that you like it.
Yeah, I definitely could like the quality of the song is just like there. Like I think that whenever you listen to songs, sometimes you're like, okay, this is good, but like this could have been like produced differently, or this could have done that. But like the quality is just there, and that's I like really appreciate that with like songs. I feel like
Yeah.
every, but yeah, with like working in Nashville, has it been like whenever you go to record, has that been like easier than like probably in like Denver where you were not really in like a music place?
Yeah, Denver was definitely different just because, like, growing up there and being in high school, it's different than I feel like in Nashville, everything's so connected. And was so far connected from, like, the cool Denver music scene because they're all, like, the adults and this. And
Mm-hmm.
in the suburbs, there's just, like, such a big boundary there for some reason. So it was definitely only through, like, there's this one band, Rubedo, that
Mm-hmm.
everyone should listen to. They're a Denver band, but they're the best, and they were kind of like almost like a mentor to me when I was a young musician in Denver trying to do stuff. They were just the coolest dudes and have the most badass band, and always made me feel so cool. They'd be like, "Hey, we have a studio. You guys should come do it, and I'll produce this for you." And I don't know what I would have done in Denver if it wasn't for those guys, but I don't even think they know how much that whole part of my life meant to me, but they're fucking awesome. I don't know if I
Yeah,
can say that. Oops.
it's funny because like a lot of times people accidentally cuss on this, and I'm like, there's not much we can like. It's social media. Like no
Yeah.
one, no one is like policing social media. Unlike like the radio, there's like the FCC, but
Yeah.
so that's like the nice thing I guess about this. It's like you have like with things that you can and can't say. It's like it's okay that you said it, but
A little
like
more
if I was
leeway.
on video, I'd be like, ah!
Yeah. Well, it won't happen again, I promise. I've been trying really hard.
No, it's okay. It's fine. It's totally fine. So I think that that has kind of like concluded what we've like been talking about the music stuff, but I have like a few fun extra questions I just want to throw in
Totally.
there. Okay. So the first one is if someone were to like narrate it, who would you want the narrator to be?
To narrate my life?
Yeah, to narrate your life
Oh,
story.
I think I just had a conversation about this the other day. I
Oh
think
wow.
Karamo from
Yes.
Queer Eye.
Oh
I
my
think
god.
Karamo should narrate my life. He's got
I
such a great voice. I just want to hear him talk all the time.
I love Queer Eye in general. Like anytime a new season comes out, I'm like, yes.
Oh,
I've
it's
been.
amazing.
It's so good because like there's a very like fine line between it being like something that's like cringy and like bad, and it's like oh this is kind of like this like it could have been like weird, like it could have not been like societally acceptable, but they turned it into something that's like actually really great.
Yeah, it's so beautiful to watch, and I feel like you should smile the whole time.
Yeah, and like there are definitely like home improvement shows that are like that make you happy, but like this one is like the whole thing. Like
Totally.
you got
It's the
cooking,
whole package.
you've got the fashion, you got your like your house redone, and then there's like a bunch of different stuff, and it's like, oh, you get to see all these different things come together.
Totally. I
So
love it. I'll watch it any day, every
yeah,
day. It's the best
like
show.
whenever I finish the season, I'm like, I'm like I already. I wish it was just like constant, like it just
Yeah,
it was just like one episode every week, but that's not how it works. So
they can't do it. Those boys can't keep up with it, I guess.
yeah, no, no. I remember Bruley, which was like the little dog they had in it,
Yeah,
passed away
passed
recently,
away.
and I was
Super sad.
sad. I was like, what? No.
They got
And
a
now,
new dog, I think.
yeah, now they have like Winston or Walton, something like fancy. I can't. All
Yeah,
I remember
same.
it sounds like 1920s fancy. That's like what stuck in my head. Um, so another question: what do you think like was ruined because it became popular?
What was ruined because it became popular? Oh man.
I mean, if you're like cynical, I'm sure you could be like everything. But if you're not a cynical person, then it's kind of
Oh, something that, man, that's so hard for me. I, one thing that I feel like people hate on. I hear so much hate on a daily basis on Seinfeld because it's. I feel like that's something they just got overplayed and over. But I'm like, man, people gotta love Seinfeld. It's so good. I don't know.
I've only ever
Can't
seen
answer that.
like one episode of Seinfeld, so I can't really give an honest opinion on that. But like I feel like especially like with music too, like I'm sure there are some songs that were definitely overplayed too, and that you're like, I like this song at one point, but
Yeah,
heard it so many times it's like
I think I
it's
mostly just hate when there's like a really cool artist that comes out, and then I feel like within 2 years, every band I hear sounds like that one artist. And then I'm like, man, now I don't want to listen to that artist anymore.
yeah.
But
For,
I actually love them, but I just can't do any more of this sound now. I think
yeah.
that's the biggest bummer. But
Yeah. Yeah. That's there's like a lot of things that you know, it's just I mean, people like to people like to copy one another, and so it's like whatever's trendy is gonna get a lot of attention, and there will be some haters. There will be.
yeah, which I feel like that's kind of necessary. It's like part of the equation is someone comes out with something and that kind of gets absorbed into the
Mm-hmm.
music culture of the time, which is awesome. But I feel like personally, I think there's more tasteful ways to be inspired by an artist than to just rip off an artist. I don't know. That's my pet peeve. But
Do you have
I
any
don't.
more?
No, I don't know. I think that's pretty much. That might be.
I don't like when people chew with their mouth open.
Oh, I probably do that sometimes.
But like it's different if you're like in a restaurant and you like there's a lot of noise going on and you can't really like hear them. Like I don't really notice them. But if you're just having like a one-on-one like quiet dinner with someone, they're just like it's like
Yeah.
yeah. But that's just me. I guess I was just always brought up to be like chew with your mouth closed, say please and thank you. So I'm just like now I'm like this person who's like
Are so you from Indiana?
yeah, I'm from Bloomington, Indiana.
Okay, cool.
'Cause
So,
I don't
oh,
know if
go
you
on.
know where that is, but
Very roughly.
it's where Indiana University is at, so if that
I
makes
was
helps.
born in Indianapolis,
Okay,
but
it's
I
like an
never really lived there.
oh yeah. I was born in Danville, Indiana, so
Okay.
that's like 20 minutes from Indianapolis. So,
Dang.
but yeah,
Who knew?
who knew? That's crazy that you were born in Indy and then you moved to Denver.
Yeah, my family was pretty much from Denver, and then my dad kind of was moving around in the Air Force with kind of had I have two older brothers, and it was like a baby was born in each kind of different state, and then we all ended up back in Colorado.
That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
yeah. So you got like a kind of a military family.
See, I guess, but I never grew up with that because then my dad wasn't in the military after I was born, and I'm not really sure how long or what that overlap looks like at all. But so that's why I ended up growing up in Denver. I was like one when we moved to
Oh,
Denver, so I don't know anything about living in Indiana or anything.
that's crazy. Yeah. Well, there's just like a bunch of corn and
I love
and
corn.
yeah, there's corn and sweet tea and like the majority of Indiana is just kind of like flat and farmland
Farmland.
and but Bloomington is like a little different just because there's a college here, so
Yeah.
there's a lot more going on, which I really enjoy. Um, yeah, that's all really the whole Midwest is though.
Yeah. I
I'm
know
sh-
that. Oh, sorry. Go on.
have you been anywhere outside of Nashville in Tennessee?
Yeah, I've been a lot of places in Tennessee. I don't really know. We like to just go on little trips, and I don't know.
Mm,
I like to explore,
yeah,
but there's yeah. Um, I love Tennessee. I like all of it
I like
for
the
the most part.
Smoky
Yeah,
Mountains. Really cool. I used to take a lot of family field trips there. Field trips,
dang
vacations.
field trips.
I don't know why I said field trips, but that's what came to my head, so I said it. um, okay, so shall we announce the giveaway winner?
Sure.
Okay, I am actually going to, it might pause.
Oh, you
So,
good?
yeah, because I have to like look and see who won. So it might pause for a second, but I will be back.
All right, you're good.
Okay.
I'll say Manny. Oh, he's dad saying that sucks. Cole Shugart. Yeah.
Um, so I haven't, oh wait. So the person, our promotions person is figuring it out right now. She's like doing a random generator thing. So once
Cool.
that's done, we shall see.
Hopefully, neither of my parents or my guitar player win.
Um, let's see. Let's see. She has some.
Yes.
Great. Instagram's weird. It's like it'll pause it and then it'll come back. It's really weird.
Yeah.
Um, but the winner is drum roll. I don't really have any drums, so this is the best we can do. Their Instagram name is Who the Hell is Hannah? When my so congrats.
Who the hell is Hannah?
Yeah,
Want some stuff.
when my production or I mean promotions person sent me that, I was like, wait, I don't know who Hannah is. Like I don't
Who
know.
is
Like and then I was like, she's like, no, that's the name. And I was like, oh,
she?
okay.
Well, congratulations, Hannah, whoever
Yeah,
you are.
congrats. And I will DM her and tell her what she needs to do to get all the stuff. So we got that
Not
all. But other than that, I've I've really enjoyed this interview, and I hope you've enjoyed it as well. So,
I've loved it. Thank you so much for having me on and for playing our tunes. And
yeah,
I appreciate it. And I'm sending all the love always. So thank you so much. I'm
yeah.
super stoked to be on it.
All right. Well, I'll see you hopefully again sometime, and
Absolutely.
maybe a future interview whenever all this COVID stuff is figured out. But yeah, it was nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you too. After everything's over, I think we've been wanting to play up there in Indiana. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, thank you so
That's
much. Thanks for listening, everybody. All you guys, so sweet and kind and cool.
yes. All right. Well, I'll see you.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Oh, now how do I get this off?